Welcome to today's session of Operations Research. Today we are going to learn what is PERT or Program Evaluation and Review Technique. So let us start. We know how to draw the network diagram if we are having set of values, right? In this PERT, little more calculations we have to do to come to the solution. PERT is a management technique in which we try to exercise logical disciplines in planning and controlling projects. It is a network technology which uses a network diagram consisting of events. PERT system is preferred for those projects or operations which are of non-repetitive nature, and time is the most essential and basic variable in PERT. Okay, so three types of time we are considering: optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. Optimistic time is TO, most likely time is TM, and pessimistic time is TP. Okay. Optimistic time is a case where whatever we are doing that is in favor, that is optimistic time. In that time, whatever thing we are doing that is in favor of us. Okay. Pessimistic means unfavor, and most likely is the standard things, standard nature, or the combination of optimistic and pessimistic. Okay. For doing PERT problems, two formulas you have to learn, that is expected time or mean duration or expected duration, that is TE, and TE is equal to TO plus 4TM plus TP divided by 6. That is optimistic time plus 4 times most likely time plus pessimistic time divided by 6. Okay. One more thing, that is variance. Variance is sigma square. We know sigma is standard deviation. So sigma square is equal to TP minus TO divided by 6 the whole square. Okay. Pessimistic time minus optimistic time divided by 6 the whole square. So these are the formulas we have to keep in mind. Here we are having a problem. The following table shows or lists the jobs of a network along with their time estimates. Jobs are given I and J, optimistic time for each corresponding each pair of nodes or activities. You are having the optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. Draw the project network. Calculate the length and variance of the critical path. Third one, what is the approximate probability that the jobs on the critical path will be completed in 41 days and in 35 days? What is the probability that the project will not be completed in 45 days? Find the due date which has 95% chance to meet. So these are the 5 questions which we have to solve from the table. Now come to the solution. This is a part of the table with which we are going to draw the network diagram. Right. So 1 and 2 are being connected. Okay. That is first node and second node. So 1 to 2. Say this 1 and 2. And then 1 and 6. 2, 3, we know how to draw the network diagram. So this is the network diagram which we are getting for this set of values. This is a table. Up to here we were having in the question Ij, optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic time, and from these values you have to find the expected time and variance. We know the formula TE is equal to TO plus 4TM plus TP divided by 6, and variance sigma square is equal to TP minus TO by 6 the whole square. So here 3 plus 4 into 6 plus 15 by 6, that is 7. 2 plus 4 into 5 plus 14 divided by 6, that is 6. So that way we have to find. And for variance, TP minus TO, that is 15 minus 3 divided by 6 the whole square, that is 4. Okay, so same way we have to find the values of variance. We have already calculated the values of TE and variance from pessimistic time, most likely, and optimistic time. And this is the network diagram which we were having. Now you have to write the activity. Okay, so activity, that is 1 to 2. Activity is the expected time corresponding to each job. Okay, that is 1 and 2. Activity is 7, 1 to 6. Activity is 6, say 1 to 2. Activity is 7, 1 to 6. Activity is 6, 2 to 3 it is 14, see, and 2 to 4 it is 5. You have to fill the activities of the network diagram with this TE. Now you got the network diagram like this. Now next you have to find the critical path of this network diagram. For finding the critical path, for each node we have to find the latest completion time and the earliest start time. Okay, for each node. See, I have drawn the boxes over here, and the lower portion is the earliest start time and the upper portion is the latest completion time. Okay, let us find. So for the first node, first we are finding the earliest start time, and this is the forward pass. Earliest start time is a forward pass, and the latest completion time is the backward pass. Okay, that is earliest start time is from the source to the destination, and latest is from the destination to the source. Okay, now let's see the earliest start time for each node. So for the first node, always the earliest start time is 0. Now come to node 2. 0 plus 7, activity is 7, right? So write 7 here. Now for this node 6, 0 plus 6, that is 6. Okay. And then here 2 to node 2 to 3. That is, here you are having 7. So 7 plus 14, that is 21. Now node 4, 7 plus 5, that is 12. Okay. Now come to node 7, 6 plus 11, that is 17. Now coming to node 5. To node 5, 2 arrows are coming, that is one from 3 and the other from 4. So if this is the case, more than one arrow, that is one incoming is there to a node, then find the total of each path and then take the maximum value. So here this is 21. 21 plus 11, that is 32, right? It is 32. And then that is 32. And then here 12 plus 7, that is 19. So two values are there. That is from 3 an arrow is coming and from 4 also an arrow is coming, right? So you have to take the maximum of that. So considering this path or this arrow, 21 plus 11, that is 32, and here 12 plus 7, that is 19. So the maximum is 32. So you have to take 32 here. Now come to node 8. Here also the same case. Two lines are coming from 5 and from 7. Okay. 32 plus 4 is 36 and 17 plus 18 is 35. So which is maximum? 36 is maximum. So write 36 here. Okay. Now you got the earliest start time for all the nodes. Now you find the latest completion time. So that is the backward pass. That is from the destination we are starting. So for that, always for the last node, here the destination node is 8, right? And for that node, earliest start time is 36. So the latest completion time, you have to write the same value, that is 36. In the forward pass, we were adding the values. So in the reverse or in the backward pass, you have to subtract. So come here, 36 minus 4, that is 32. Okay, 36 minus 18, that is 18. 36. Here this is 36 and minus 18, that is 18. 18 minus 11. See, 18 minus 11 is 7. Now come to node 4. Here 32. 32 minus 7, that is 25. Okay, 32 minus 7 is 25. And 32 minus 11, that is 21. 32 minus 11 is 21. Now 21 minus 14. So 21 minus 14 is 7. And here see the case, to node 2 or from node 2, two lines are there, right? To 3 and to 4. So if this is the case, you have to take the minimum of each, minimum from that. Okay, and before we are taking the maximum, and then we are doing the backward pass, that is from node we are going for the backward. So 3 to 2, this way we are going, right? So to 2, two lines are coming, that is two lines have been generated from node 2. Okay, so here 21 minus 14, that is 7, and 25 minus 5, that is 20. See, two values are coming to node 2. So we have to take any one. So for backward pass, we have to take the minimum value. Here the minimum value is 7. Okay, that is from node 2, two lines are starting to node 3 and to 4. Okay, so when we are coming for the backward pass, from 4 you are coming backward and you are coming to 2, we know 25 minus 5, that is 20. So what we'll do, we'll write here 20. Okay. And same case from 3 to 2, that is 21 minus 14, and that is 7. Now see, two values are there. So we have to take any one. So for backward pass, we are taking the minimum value. So 7. Now again, same is the case for this node 1 also. 7 minus 7 is 0, and 7 minus 6 is 1. That is 7 minus 7 is 0, and 7 minus 6 is 1. So which is the minimum? 0 is the minimum, right? So you have to write 0 here. So thing you have to notice is, for starting node, both the times will be 0, and for the end node, both the times will be the maximum one. Okay, now this is the complete network diagram now you are having. Now you have to find the critical path from this. So for finding the critical path, select the nodes where the latest completion time and the earliest start time are same. See, this is same, this is same, this is same, this is same, and this is also same. See, this is different, 17 and 18, 12 and 25, 6 and 7. Okay, so these are the nodes, that is 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8. So you have to check the latest completion time and the earliest start time should be same. And one more thing, that is 7 is the latest completion time, right? 7 minus 7, that should be 0, or 7 minus 0, this value you have to get. 21 minus 14, you have to get this value, or 21 minus 7, you have to get this value. Okay, so now you are having the critical path with you. So the critical path is from 1 to 2, 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3, 3 to 5, and 5 to 8. This is the critical path. Okay, that is for node 1, 0, 0, for node 2 it is 7, 7, node 3, 21, 21, node 5, 32, 32, and node 8, 36, 36. So this is the path 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8. So this is the critical path. Now you are having the critical path with you, 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8. Okay, so you have to write it down. So the first question is over. You have drawn the network diagram and you have found the critical path. Now the second question is, you have to find the length of the critical path and the variance of the critical path. This is a table which we have calculated, TE and variance. Okay, so you have to consider the critical path for this. So critical path is 1 to 2. See, 1 to 2. This is the row, and 2 to 3. This one. 3 to 5. This one, and 5 to 8. This one. Okay. That is 1 to 2. You are having the row is this one, and for 2 to 3 this one, 3 to 5 is this row, and 5 to 8 is this row. So consider the values. Now find the optimum length of the critical path. Here you take the values of the rows for the expected time which forms the critical path. Okay, that is 7 plus 14 plus 11 plus 4, and that is 36 days. And now variance of the critical path, Here you select the variance, that is 4 plus 16 plus 4 plus 1, and that is 25. Okay, so this was the second question. Find the optimum length of the critical path and variance of the critical path. Now just note, we know what this is sigma square, variance is sigma square, right? So sigma is equal to square root of 25, and that is 5. Just note this because we are taking this value in the next portion. So sigma is equal to square root of 25, that is 5. Now come to the third question. What is the approximate probability that the jobs on the critical path will be completed in 41 days? That is what we are doing. So schedule the time of completing the job in 41 days. Just we have found the optimum length as 36 days, right? See here, scheduled time of completing the job in 41 days we are finding the z value. Z is z, okay? Z value is equal to probability of x minus mu divided by sigma. That is the formula, x minus mu divided by sigma. X is in the question 41. Mu is just we have calculated the optimum length by adding the expected time of the portions of the critical path. Okay, so that is mu, and that is 36. So 41 minus 36, and just we have found that is sigma square or variance total, that was 5, right? Sorry, 25, and for the square root of 25 is 5. So now the sigma is 5, and you are having the value as 1. That is the z value. Now, for further solution, take the standard normal distribution table. So z value is 1. So from the table, see here, this is the z value. Okay, we know how to find. So from the z value, take 1. See here, 1. Okay, since no decimal portion, so take 0.00. So take the intersection point, 0.3413. Okay, that is z value is probability of x minus mu by sigma. X is in the question, mu we have calculated just, that is how many days optimum length from the critical path we got, and sigma from the variance, square root of the variance we got sigma, and z value is 1. From that z value 1, from the table you are having the value 0.3413, that is for z value 1, and the decimal is 0.00. So this is the intersection 0.3413. Okay, and you are having 0.3413. Okay, so just this is the standard normal distribution curve. This is the curve, this blue, this is the curve. Okay, and here this is 0, and our z value is 1, right? And the probability from the we got from the standard table is 0.3413 for the value 1. Okay, so this one anyway we have to take, that is from this is up to this. So this is total 1, standard normal distribution curve, the total value is 1, so the middle portion is 0.5. We know this is 0.5, right? So here it is 0.5, the middle portion. So with 0.5 you have to add 0.3413, and you will get the answer as 0.8413. Okay, scheduled time of completing the job in 41 days is 0.8413. Now the next portion, for 35 days we have to find. Same formula and same method. For 35, see x is 35 and mu is 36 by 5, that is negative 0.2. Okay. So from the table for minus 0.2, that is no minus is there, so take 0.2 and the intersection value you will get is 0.0793 from the table. Okay, and here this is 0.5, the center portion is 0.5, and since this is negative, come to the left side. Okay, so 0.5 minus 0.0793, and that is 0.4207. That is the probability. Okay, that is before we were having the positive value here. That is when the z value is positive, a small clue is there. If the z value is positive, add 0.5 with the table value. Okay, and if z value is negative, subtract that value, the table value, from 0.5. Okay, this is the case why we are doing this. The middle one is 0.5, middle portion is 0.5. Here, since this is negative, we are going to the left side. So you have to subtract that much portion and then you will get the solution. Okay, if it is positive, you are going to the right side of the curve. So 0.5 plus that much portion, that will be the answer. So here, probability that the job will be completed in 35 days is 0.42. Now the fourth question, what is the probability that the project will not be completed within 45 days? Will not be completed. So here, will be completed within 45 days we are calculating, and here the z value is 1.8. Okay, and from there, from the table you are getting for 1.8, you are getting 0.4641, and that is added with 0.5 and you are getting 0.9641, and the probability, this is for will be completed, and for will not be completed we know the total probability is always 1. Okay, so from 1, if we subtract will be completed, you will get will not be completed, right? So that is 1 minus 0.9641, and that is 3.59% or 0.0359. Okay, so this is the last question. Find the due date which has 95% chance to meet. The probability given is 95% and that is 0.95, and we have to split 0.95 with the help of 0.50. We know for the normal distribution curve, the middle value is 0.50. So always we are taking that 0.50, right? So either you are taking the right side or the left side, whatever, you are always considering the 0.5 as the main thing. So 0.95 is to be broken, or it's to be divided based on that. So 0.5 plus 0.45 is 0.95. Okay. Now we have to find z value corresponding to the area of 0.45. Okay. Now come to the table here. For 1.64, that is, you have to search where you will get this 0.45 from the table. So this 0.45 you will get from this combination. So 1.64. So this value. Okay. And you have to take, that is, you have to check for 0.45 from this table, from this portion, from the data. and you have to find the intersection, that is 1.6 and 0.04. So total it is 1.64. So from there you are getting the value 0.4495, this value. Okay. Now we know the z value is probability of x minus mu by sigma, direct substitution. Z value you are having 1.64 and x you have to find. That is a question. So x is equal, 1.64 is equal to x minus 36. 36 we have already calculated, optimal length, divided by sigma is 5. So you will get x as 44.2. So you have to write, therefore the due date which has 95% chance to meet is 44.2 days. Okay. So all the questions now we have discussed. So this is a standard normal distribution table. I will show you once again. See this 0.45 we are searching. 0.45 is, see this 0.4495. So round it 0.45, right? So that is 1.6 and 0.4. So 1.6 plus 0.04. So that is 1.64. Okay. So this is the way how we are taking, how we took this last question value. So in today's class, we have discussed program evaluation and review technique. This is very simple. So only thing you have to concentrate that you have to draw the network diagram correctly. If that is correct, everything will be okay. So from the values you have apply the formulas and find the expected time, variance, direct substitution. From the table find the values. That's it. Okay. Hope it was clear for you. Thank you.